My name is Todd Goff. I am a 5th grade teacher at Bethel Elementary School in Clover, South Carolina. Today I'm going to be sharing with you about the flipped classroom. I am a National Board certified teacher. I have 8 years of teaching experience in grades 4, 5, and 6 and have been recognized by the state of South Carolina as a South Carolina Social Studies Teacher of Distinction. So just a little bit about me. I want to talk to you about what is a flipped classroom, because this is an approach that we're going to be using in my classroom, and it's an approach being used in classrooms across the United States. The flipped classroom is meant to be an innovative approach to prepare and reach 21st century learners. Our students today are drastically different than students 10, 15, 20 years ago in the way they learn. In a world that has so much media and interaction through technology, classrooms must shift and become those types of places as well, and that students engage in a way that meets their needs versus traditional ways of instruction in classrooms. It's meant to provide what's called direct instruction to students outside of the classroom, and that they are actually responsible for gaining base level information outside of school, and then they come into school to deepen that understanding and to work with the teacher in a different way, and where it's a project-based, group-based learning type of environment where students are engaging in activities that involve them in the learning and take them further into it versus the here's the facts, which sometimes happens in content areas like social studies, for example. It promotes the use of technology and creativity in and outside of the classroom, as students are interacting in a way that's more like what they're accustomed to versus what sometimes we try to do in education, and putting them in a more traditional setting where that's not necessarily the way they learn. And we have to do what we need to do to be able to reach all students and engage them in a way that they want to learn. So how will this work for us? During the week, students will have 1 or 2 assignments that will require them to watch a video outside of class. They're going to have to go onto a device that has internet, so a computer or even a tablet or anything where they can go onto YouTube, and they'll go onto my channel, which I will instruct them about in class how to get there, and they're going to have to then watch a video, and they're going to do some type of task. A lot of those tasks will be done in their interactive notebook for social studies, for example, and they will have the expectation that they do that outside of class time. If they don't have access to technology outside of the school, a computer with the internet, for example, then they can come in before school, or they can work on that during their recess time. Videos remain online all year, so they have access to the videos. Once they go up, they'll stay on the internet, and they'll have access to those to prepare for tests, or the past test at the end of the year, or just any time that they need to go back and look at that information. Maybe their group is working on something about the topic and they want to go back and rewatch, or they want to look at something from the night before or 3 nights before. They have that kind of access. The student expectations are that responsibility is very high in a flipped classroom, and that students are responsible for watching the videos, gaining the information, because they want to be able to participate in the activities in class. They have to be able to watch those videos to get content, because their group, even if they're doing a project that's group-based, that then their group's going to expect that they worked on learning the information. I also expect that students are going to come into school with questions, and that's okay. We want that, because discussion is going to lead to a deeper understanding of the information, and they'll be able to have conversations with their classmates or myself about something they saw in the video that maybe sparked their attention. They'll have group talk time and opportunities to speak to me as I'm working with groups as well. If you're interested, there's some more information on the internet. You can go in and type into Google flipped classroom, and you'll find hundreds and thousands of pages, but just a couple things that you can check out if you're interested in looking a little further. The Flipped Classroom project with NC State University actually has channels where they have videos about flipped classroom. They have a frequently asked questions section on that page. They are some of the leading researchers actually about flipped classrooms in the country. And then Heidi Hayes Jacobs wrote a book called Curriculum 21 that's all about how education must change to meet the needs of 21st century learners. And then the last resource I've provided up here is how the flipped classroom is radically transforming learning. And this is an interesting article about how classrooms are using this model to change the way teaching and learning is taking place in our schools today.